Everybody, Monday evening, and it's time for Weather Geeks after a fairly decent weekend weather-wise. Today was kind of a clunker. We had a couple of slick spots on area roads this morning, and we had plenty of clouds and cold air today, and temperatures did struggle. This high of 35 was actually in the middle of the night. We spent most of the afternoon around 33 or 34 at the airport today, but for the month so far, as a whole, of course, it's been mild. 8.6 degrees above the average is where we stand when we calculate those highs and lows and take an average. And this 35 today might just be the coldest high temperature we have for the rest of the month. I'm not going to make that call with any sort of great certainty just yet, but it's possible that this will be the coldest day we have until sometime in January of 2024. All right, especially in Mahoning County, we did have that little coating of snow in some spots first thing this morning. The afternoon featured just clouds and blah weather. Just kind of a slate gray overcast, and something we see all the time in this part of the country at this time of the year. And yeah, nothing measurable at the airport in terms of snowfall leaves us with a deficit still of 7.3 inches worth of snow for the season so far. And this number is going to continue to climb because I'll tell you, I don't see many chances for accumulating snow anytime in the foreseeable future. I'm not going to close the book on snow until January, but boy, from now through the end of the month, I think the pickings are going to be pretty slim in terms of snowfall in our part of the country. We'll talk about the longer range coming up in just a moment. But in the meantime, our clouds are hanging tough this evening. It's going to take until later tonight before that clearing that's closer to I-71 and closer to Columbus right now. That clearing will work its way in, but it's going to take until the wee hours of our Tuesday morning. One thing you'll notice on Tuesday, not only the sunshine that we are expecting, but the breeze is going to start to kick up. Not first thing in the morning necessarily, but by midday and afternoon, the breeze will be noticeable. And because it's not exactly going to be a warm day, it'll be a chilly breeze. I mean, when the afternoon hits and we're seeing wind gusts of 25 or perhaps 30 miles per hour and temperatures in the lower 40s, that's not going to be real pleasant, but I'll tell you, it's going to look a lot better with sunshine for our Tuesday afternoon. This cold front comes through with little fanfare other than the breeze on Tuesday. Now, in the wake of this front, a cooler day is in store for Wednesday, despite a good deal of sun. I think our model here is showing too many clouds on Wednesday. I think with high pressure building in, this is going to be a pretty sunny day. And we expect more sunshine, in fact, an abundance of sunshine for the end of the week. Thursday and for Friday, with that high kind of dropping an anchor now, with that high right overhead and with calm winds and a clear sky at night, we're going to have some cold mornings at the end of the week. But the afternoons will be pretty nice with that sunshine for Thursday and for Friday. When we look at total cloud cover at the end of the week, I mean, it's hardly a cloud in the sky, kind of a pattern for Wednesday and especially Thursday and into Friday. Now, the weekend will be cloudier. The weekend forecast is in a little bit of flux right now. There's some model disagreement on some features over the southern U.S. Will they encroach far enough north to give us maybe some precipitation over the weekend? Right now, our forecast is a dry one, but we do think at least we'll see some clouds from those southern stream features during the upcoming weekend. But good news for stargazers. The best meteor shower of the year peaks this week. The true peak is Wednesday night and early Thursday morning. And we should have a crystal clear sky overhead at that point. Now, the thing about the Geminid meteor shower, the best meteor shower of the year, is it's in December. It's usually pretty cold outside. And while we are expecting calm weather with not much in the way of a breeze, it's going to be pretty cold. You'll need to bundle up to check this out Wednesday night and early Thursday. Now, the true peak of the Geminid meteor shower is not only Wednesday night, but specifically between, say, 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. You might see some meteors before then or even after then. But the true peak is probably somewhere in that window, 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Giving a number when it comes to these meteor showers is always a tricky proposition. Meteor showers can be kind of fickle. We tend not to overpromise on meteor showers because you need to be in a real dark spot to see the kind of numbers that are sometimes advertised. And so you're going to maybe see some numbers thrown out there with this Geminid meteor shower. 100 meteors per hour could be seen. That's probably only in the very best conditions. In most of our area, we can probably expect, it's reasonable to expect at least one per minute, maybe even more than that. So between 12 and 60 per hour seems reasonable for the number of meteors that you could see in your location. Now, of course, you're going to want to find the darkest spot you can find. Allow your eyes plenty of time to adjust. And just look straight up. There's no specific direction you need to look into. Just look straight up. You'll spot them. So again, the Geminid meteor shower should be a pretty good show this year. New moon this week, so the moonlight will not be an issue. Longer range forecasts. Christmas is 2 weeks from today, and I think our chances of snow and cold weather prior to the holiday are diminishing rapidly. It looks like about a week ago, it looked like maybe there's some reason for optimism of a modest pattern change by the time the holidays roll around, but that gets more and more delayed as we've gone through time. And the forcing mechanisms for a pattern change, which are way out in Asia and the Pacific, well, they're going to take their sweet time, really driving any big changes. So you see just all this orange and red on the 6 to 10 day, the 8 to 14 day outlook, the weeks 3 and 4 outlook, which of course takes us all the way through that first week of January. Not as much red. The map is a little more muted. I think that, in January we are going to see a pattern change, but we keep kicking the can down the road a little bit, and so it may not be right at the first of the year, maybe a little bit after that. And I put this on social media this afternoon, just what a contrast the holiday period is going to be this year compared to last year, especially right before Christmas. If you remember Christmas of 2022, we had a brutal stretch from the 23rd through the 25th, especially the afternoon of the 23rd through Christmas Eve. It was really tough outside. We didn't have a tremendous amount of snow, but enough to make things slick. The wind was ferocious. We had wind chills of 20, 30 below, and it was one of the coldest Christmas Eve and Christmas days on record. And so this is the map of temperature anomalies on the 23rd of December last year. This is what is modeled for the 23rd this year. It's like flipping, it's the direct opposite of the kind of pattern we were in right around Christmas time or just before Christmas time last year. So sorry if you are always longing for a white Christmas, but it's good news for holiday travelers, running around doing errands, that sort of thing. Again, we're not going to completely close the book on a white Christmas just yet. In fact, one more graphic to show you this evening. I put out the first version of this forecast yesterday, put it at 25%, with another day's worth of data pulling in today. We further reduced the odds down to 15% chance of white Christmas, and again, white Christmas defined as an inch of snow or more on the ground for Christmas. I think we're going to keep pulling this number down, but 2 weeks out, we're not going to go crazy and say 0% 2 weeks out. You can get burned if you do things like that with too much lead time. So expect that number to further decrease. I'm not looking for much in the way of snow over the next couple of weeks, but at this point, it would be foolish, I think, to just completely close the door on any sort of snow in the next 2 weeks. Predicting long-range forecasts, long-range weather as you get into winter time sometimes is pretty darn difficult. So again, we'll keep that forecast updated, and again, I would expect that number to keep on going down. Thanks for watching on this Monday evening. I'll see you right back here on Tuesday. Have a great night.